I thought I had the biggest smile when I was watching that, and I looked to the gentleman on my right and I thought, there's the passion there. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, could you please put your hands together to Ben Keith of Star Sports.
Thank you very much, Hobbsy. As usual, a classy and a completely over the top introduction. Every year, this speech, I have to go to a lot of functions and meet a lot of people, but I never look around a room and see as many faces that are together. All right, okay, we bicker, but we all love the game. Now, I believe that we have never ever been under more threat. Greyhound racing has been banned and finished in America. The Antis are well organised and they're heading towards the smaller and easier targets of Wales and Scotland. And I say this, the best relationships, the best companies, the best institutions are built on honesty and integrity. We all have that. We love the dogs and we love the sport, and we are able to prove with figures and our actions that retired greyhounds are our number one priority.
Absolutely right.
Everybody enjoyed watching the montage of the previous Derby winners, and I know that each person here would have had different connections. The two special ones for myself were moral standards. That was my first Derby at Wimbledon, and I was over in the silvering with my dad. I felt a bit, I didn't feel I was quite grown up enough to go in the main ring yet, and I saw him make his way in and out. And it taught me that sometimes you have to do that in life, and when you get to the front, never ever give up that lead. Then I saw Astute Missile, who against all odds, for the first Star Sports Derby, with Kevin of course, won at 28-1. I think we had 33-1 on our board. He helped pay for the race that year. He's a good friend of mine. But I believe that all agendas are details in comparison to now acting together and getting behind Mark Bird at the GBGB with every single public announcement, every action, every fundraising, every retired greyhound advert, whatever it is. All I say is I believe that if we want to have a future as romantic as that past, it will be our honesty and our integrity and our actions that will ensure that and protect us from antis who essentially, let's be honest about it, whatever we did, they'd want to close us down. But if we can protect ourselves with honesty and integrity, that's the strongest shield possible. So I stand with Mark Bird and the GBGB. I take this opportunity to thank the Boothbys for their efforts this year, and so many of the trainers who've made the effort to come backwards and forwards from Ireland again and again. Your input and to this year's story has as usual been vital. As a bookmaker, I always look, where can I get a result? How am I going to get this favourite beat? Well, I'd like to remind you that Moral Standards went through the Greyhound Derby unbeaten, and then a certain Mr. Westmead Hawke did. Swords Rex goes into the final at about even money. I can't. I think it should be odds on in my book, but I think it'll be pretty easy to lay. I'm struggling to see where I'm going to get a result, but I wish all of the finalists the best of luck. Before I hand the mic back to the professionals, each year I like to select somebody from our community who, over a long period of time, has really put their heart and soul into supporting our sport. This year, it's somebody who has an eye for detail, along with a huge heart and not a bad bone in her body. When you see the details this year of the jackets and the trophies, they wouldn't have been quite so comfy and quite so correctly done without a certain Miss Kim Sanzone. So this year, I would like to ask everybody to give Kim a round of applause and thank you for her input into the game and the Greyhound Racing family. Thank you, Kim. Now, I'd also like to welcome a special guest that we have. I know that it's sort of virtually impossible that Graham Holland doesn't win this year, but I think that himself and Nikki would be rather worried because there's a certain Linda Jones who's come to join us. And I think it was a bit like when Phil Taylor or Federer were at their best. It was rather unfair. She always seemed to win everything, and it got a bit boring, didn't it? But Mark Wallace is over here. He's got eyes like daggers at her. Please don't be making a comeback, bloody hell. But anyway, we welcome Linda, and thank you very much for coming today. But as I say, let's all enjoy Saturday. It's what we all work towards all year. It is the showcase for our community and our sport, and there will be another hero that will entice and encapsulate and addict newcomers. So let's welcome all of them, but also take some time to enjoy the moment and enjoy the evening itself. Thank you very much indeed.
But in the end, only one can be crowned, with name engraved to become renowned. All that remains is for that one to be found.